Hello everyone. In this video, we'll solve some of the problems related to logic, some simple problems. First one, prove that P implies Q or R double implies P or Q implies Q or R is a tautology. So we will go to the first statement and second statement, write down all the possibilities. So both can be true. First can be true, second can be false. First can be false, second can be true, then both can be false. Now we will copy the same combinations in the next four rows for P and Q. T, T, then T, F, then F, T, then F, F. Now for the third statement, that is statement R, first four rows will be filled in with true and next four rows will be filled in with false. By this, we would have captured all the possible combinations for three statements P, Q, and R. Now, next one, P implies Q. That will be true. Sorry, that will be false only when the first statement is true, second statement is false. In the rest of the cases, it will be true only. So here, first statement is true for P and second statement is false for Q. So that will be false. Here again, it will be false. Rest of the statements, you may notice that it is true, 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 and true. Next one, P implies Q or R. So that means the third column or the fourth column elements we have to compare. So if any one is true, the result will be true. So this is true, 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 true. This will be false, true, and true. Next, P, R, R. First column and third column is getting compared. So true, 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 true. Last two, you are having false, so it will be false. Then comes Q or R. So second column and third column elements are getting compared. So true, 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 true. This will be false. This is true. This is false. Then comes P R R implies Q R R. Means these two columns, this one and this one, we need to see if the first statement is true, second statement is false, only then it is false, otherwise it is true. That is occurring here only. The rest of all are true. Now comes the last column, that is P implies Q R R. That means this one, this column. Double implies this column, means whenever the truth values are the same, it will be true. If it is different, then it will be false. We may notice here T and T, 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 F and F, T and T, T and T. So that means everything will be true only. That is why it is the last column elements or the truth values of the last column are all true. So hence it is a tautology. Hence it is a tautology. So that is the proof of this particular problem. Let us move on to the next. Prove that P and Q and not of P or Q is a contradiction. First, let us write down all the possibilities. True, true, true and false, false and true, false and false. And means if both of them are true, then only then it is true, otherwise it is false. This is false, false, false. P or R means if any one is true, the result is true, otherwise it is false. Only the last one is false. Here it is true, true, true. Not of P or Q, so opposite of the fourth column, so it becomes false, 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 and true. Then the last one, P and Q and not of P or Q, means we need to compare third column and fifth column, and means any one, sorry, both of them should be true to become true, whereas in the first one it is true or false, it will be false, 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 false and true, it is also false. So the last column elements are all false only. Hence, it is a contradiction. Hence, the above is a contradiction. So that is the proof of this problem. Let us move on to the next. If P and Q are two statements so that the implication P implies Q and its contrapositive or logically equivalent. Contrapositive of P implies Q will be not Q implies not P. That means we need to prove that P implies Q is logically equivalent to not Q implies not P. Consider all the possible combinations of P and Q. Both can be true. First can be true, second can be false. First can be false, second can be true. Both can be false. Now in the left-hand side, we are supposed to do P implies Q. That is false only when the first statement is true and second statement is false. The rest of the time it is true. This is true, this is false, true and true. Not P. Opposite of the first column. So it is F, F, T, T. Not Q. Opposite of the second column elements. So it is false, true, false, true. Then the right hand side, not Q implies not P. So that means if the not Q is true and not P is false, only then it is false. Otherwise it is, otherwise it is true. So only here it is false. Here it is true. This is also true. This is also true. Now we may compare the left hand side components and the right hand side components. Both are same. So we can conclude that hence the proof. Hence the proof. Let us move on to the next one. Prove that P implies Q RR is logically equivalent to P RR implies Q RR. So first let us write down all the combinations for P and Q first. Both can be true. First one can be true, second one can be false. First one can be false, second one can be true. Both can be false. Then let us repeat the same thing in the next 4 rows. True, false, false, true, both are false. Then in the first 4 rows for the statement R, we will write true. Next 4 rows, we will write false. So that we get all the possible combinations for these 3 statements, P, Q, and R. Now coming to P implies Q, only this will be false only when the first statement is true and second statement is false, which is appearing here and appearing here. The rest of all will be true. Sorry. So here it is true, 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 and true. So now the left hand side is P implies Q or R. That means we are comparing now third and fourth column. If any one of them is true, result is true. Both are false means the result will be false. Next, P R R means if any one of them is true, result is true, otherwise it is false. So this is true, 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 true. Last 2 are false because both of them are false. Then Q R R, same logic. So T, 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 T. This is false. This is T. This is false. Now P R R implies Q R R. Means these 2 columns we are going to compare. If the first statement is true and second statement is false, only then it is false. Otherwise it is true. That is appearing here. Rest of them are all true. Now we may notice that the left hand side components here, right hand side components are the same. So I can conclude hence the proof. In case if you find the contents of this video to be useful to you, I request you to please like it, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.